Greetings, gang, and welcome to another characteristic of leadership and the roles that we get to play. Developing your most appreciable asset, that being the team that you have developed. The days of being able to do ministry on our own are long gone, and so we need to bring in and develop good people around us in order to accomplish the things we want to accomplish. So, with that being said, the more people that you develop, the greater the extent of your dreams. So to know how to do a job is what a laborer does. To be available to tell others, that's what a teacher does. To inspire others, that's a manager. But to be able to do all three is what a true leader is. To be able to do the job, tell others, and inspire others about how to do things and do things well. Too much of the past has been done alone, and there's all kinds of problems when we do things alone. Here's an example of someone who turned in an insurance claim on an issue that they tried to do some things on their own. Dear Sirs, I'm writing in response to your request concerning clarification of the information I supplied in block number 11 on the insurance form, which asked for the cause of the injury. I answered, trying to do the job alone. I trust that the following explanation will be sufficient. I am a bricklayer by trade. On the date of my injury, I was working alone, laying brick atop of a 3-story building. When I finished the job, I had about 500 pounds of bricks left over. Rather than carry the bricks down by hand, I decided to put them in a barrel and lower them by pulley that was fastened to the top of the building. I secured the end of the rope at the ground level, went back up to the top of the building, loaded the bricks in the barrel, and pushed it over the side. I then went back down to the ground and untied the rope, holding it securely to secure the slow descent of the barrel. As you will note in block number 6 of the insurance form, I weigh 145 pounds. At the shock of being jerked off the ground so swiftly by the 500 pounds of bricks in the barrel, I lost my presence of mind and forgot to let go of the rope. Between the second and third floors, I met the barrel. This accounts for the bruises and lacerations on my upper body. Fortunately, I retained enough presence of mind to maintain my tight hold on the rope and proceeded rapidly up the side of the building, not stopping until my right hand was jammed into the pulley. This accounts for my broken thumb, see block number 4. Despite the pain, I continued to hold on tightly to the rope. Unfortunately, at approximately the same time, the barrel hit the ground and the bottom fell out of the barrel. Void of the weight of the bricks, the barrel now weighed about 50 pounds. I again refer to block number 6 where my weight is listed. I began a rapid descent. In the vicinity of the second floor, I met the barrel coming up. This explains the injury to my legs and lower body. Slowed only slightly as I continued my descent, landing on the pile of bricks. Fortunately, my back was only sprained, and I'm sorry to report, however, that at this point I again lost my presence of mind and let go of the rope. I trust this answers your questions and concerns. Please note that I am finished trying to do the job alone. Well, again, a sad depiction of somebody's occurrence. But nevertheless, again, when we do things alone, it causes far more problems than involving the team and the people we have to develop. So the principle, for, number 1, for developing the people in our circles. Value of our people is an issue of my attitude. The commitment to people is the issue of my time. The integrity with people is the issue of my character. The standard I have for people is the issue of my vision. And the influence over people is the issue of my leadership. Successful people developers make right assumptions about people. They ask the right questions about people. And they give the right assistance to people. The remainder of our time is going to be focused on these 3 categories. This first video will just focus on the right assumptions about people. So first of all, making right assumptions about people. It's the power of positive reinforcement. We talked earlier this semester about the teacher in the student story. When they saw the students as performers, that there were a high level of folks, they were able to bring their performance up in a positive direction. So positive assumptions equals positive leadership. So assumption number 1, everyone wants to feel worthwhile. Making others feel important is one of the primary roles that we play as people developers, that we need the gifts that they have for the sake of the team. You need to tell the team how valuable and significant they are on a regular basis. Be specific about this, and again, be very concrete and clear. The more that folks see that they are appreciated and valued, the more that they will give towards the accomplishment of what the team is trying to accomplish. For me, noticing a kid on the playing field or a leader doing relational work communicates value. When I think about the ministry that we're involved in, when you see something specific that they're doing, again, it communicates a lot to them that someone's actually watching or paying attention to them. Assumption number one. Assumption number two, everyone needs and responds to encouragement. Most people are motivated much more positively through encouragement versus yelling. Again, there's the stereotype of folks on the football field that it gets constantly get yelled at or berated. And I've found that research has really made it clear that encouragement is a much better way to motivate folks. Viktor Frankl, again, during World War II, had this quote, "Idealism is the real realism because you help people actualize themselves." In other words, they're able to accomplish things when we see the positiveness, they see the potential within them. People tend to become what the most important people in their lives think they will become. And so again, giving some more positive directions to the folks helps them realize this. There's one of my favorite songs by Phil Collins. It's called "No Son of Mine." Go ahead and Google that on YouTube or whatever and play the video from "No Son of Mine." Again, it talks about a negative impression that the message that a father was giving towards a son. And again, unfortunately, this is all too true in so many kids' lives, where the most important people were not very positive in their upbringing. And so it had a negative experience in their lives. And so our challenge is to be able to give a positive message to help them realize what their potential is. Number three, people buy into the leader before they buy into his or her leadership. We need to expect that people to buy into your position versus you as a leader. And again, that's not going to happen. Positional leadership can only get us so far. Authority comes from the right relationship that we have with folks. So building a connection with one another and help them, folks, to see who you are and for you to see who they are is a much better avenue. As we saw in our opening video this semester with Shackleton, people went because of him. He was somebody that people respected greatly, and they knew that they would have a much better experience because of being in his circle and influence. So people must buy into you before they will buy into your dream. And so that means building a connection, building rapport, building a relationship with folks. Just because you have the authority does not mean you're going to have folks that will want to respond. And so buying to the leader comes from buying into them as a person, or to you as a person. Assumption number four, most people do not know how to be successful. Success comes from good planning, not luck. Again, you develop this over time. It's not instantaneous. It takes a process. It's a journey to develop that. And so by investing in folks, just like we invest in our monies in folks, it takes time to develop that. And there will be downturns, but there will also be upswings. Success is learning from failure, and only through failure when we do not learn. And that's a quote from Yoda, which I'm going to play a quote here in just a second, or play a clip. Once people realize that you can help them become successful, they are yours. And so I want to play this clip here from Star Wars, which is during a time of Luke's training. And so check out the conversation about how Luke approaches this training and the conversation he has with a great and wise teacher, Yoda.
We'll never get it out now.
So certain are you? Always with you what cannot be done. Do you nothing that I say?
Master, moving stones around is one thing. This is totally different.
No, no different. Only different in your mind. You must unlearn what you have learned.
All right, I'll give it a try.
No, why not? Do or do not. There is no try.
I can't. It's too big.
Size matters not. Look at me. Judge me by my size, do you? And where you should not. For my ally is the Force. And a powerful ally it is. Life creates it. Makes it grow. Its energy surrounds us and binds us. Luminous beings are we, not this crude matter. You must feel the Force around you. You. Between you, me, it's me. The rock, everywhere. Yes. Even between the land and the ship.
You want the impossible. Believe it.
That is why you fail.
Yeah, well, there you have it. Only failure if you do not learn. And so to recognize that we have to be able to be open to new ways of seeing things. Assumption number 5. Most people do not know how to be successful. And so teaching folks what that looks like and how to do so. Great quote here from John Maxwell. Success is relative. Once you have it, all your relatives come. But again, teaching folks how to be successful, it means, again, learning from our failures and growing from those and developing new ways of doing things. And last assumption, most people are naturally motivated. Check out this, again, as you have ever kind of been around a 2-year-old, they are naturally curious. They ask the question why all the time. Somewhere through the course of development, we lose that perspective of being able to ask that question why. So kids are hungry to learn. Only through demotivation do they become discouraged. So we need to create an environment in which people are free from the influences that demotivate. Well, what are those? Those demotivating factors are belittling someone, manipulating anyone, being insensitive, or discouraging personal growth. So what does motivate? Giving significant contributions, seeing value in what we do. Goal participation, support what folks create and how they can participate with that. Positive dissatisfaction, it helps to motivate change. meaning that we're discontent about something and we want to see change. Or recognition. People need to be noticed in the things that they do. And then lastly, clear expectations, knowing exactly what to do. Okay, those are making right assumptions about people. Next, we're going to look into asking the right questions. So thanks for taking a moment to review this.